Ticking over to 4:37 now on this Tuesday morning. In spite of the cold, wet week last week, corn planting nationwide jumped 10%, and 2% of the corn in the U.S. has emerged. According to USDA's weekly crop progress and conditions report, corn planting at 29% is 2% ahead of last year at this time, 6% behind the 5-year average, though. Emergence is 4% behind the average. North Dakota is at 9%, Minnesota 38%, South Dakota at 17%, and all ahead of average, though. Sugar beets are ahead of average with North Dakota at 82%, Minnesota 85% planted. Now, nationally, spring wheat is 55% in the ground. South Dakota, though, at 86%, Minnesota 81%, North Dakota 41%, all ahead of normal. Winter wheat condition ratings unchanged at 42% good to excellent, 20% poor to very poor. The National Guard deployed 15 trucks and 30 soldiers to Kandiyohi County Monday. It's been ground zero for Minnesota's avian flu outbreak. Each truck can carry 2,000 gallons of water. That'll be used in the euthanasia process at infected farms. The foam used to kill large amounts of turkeys requires more water than many farms are equipped to provide. Reporter Blake McCoy has the details.
It's a peacetime mission, but for the people of Kandiyohi County, the avian flu crisis is every bit an emergency. These National Guard trucks a welcome sight.
There's no way we got enough equipment around the rural area like this to keep up with.
Matt Erickson is a part-time firefighter in the small town of Blomkist. He's watched as the avian flu has spread from farm to farm, decimating his neighbors' turkey flocks.
That's our main livelihood. It is hard.
And it's hard on the whole town.
Hard on the whole town.
3 million birds are being killed in Minnesota so far. The water in these trucks will help make the foam used in the euthanasia process.
As much as they need us for the 3 to 5 days or however long we're here.
Let's start being creative here about should we go out with a vaccination for the birds? Should we do something more with the research? And then should we look at how they can retrofit their barns and help them defray those expenses?
Solutions to a growing crisis hitting rural Minnesota hard.
Monday afternoon, the Minnesota Board of Animal Health confirmed 4 more cases of bird flu in Kandiyohi, Chippewa, and Redwood counties. This brings the total number of flocks to 49 and the number of birds to be destroyed, 3.1 million in Minnesota. The growing concerns over the highly contagious bird flu is having an emotional and financial impact on U.S. egg and poultry producers. Morgan Brennan reports on the financial impact to other parts of the U.S. economy.
This is Sunrise Farms, one of the largest egg-producing facilities in Iowa. It's currently under quarantine, guarded by local authorities to keep visitors from entering the premises. Sunrise Farms is the site of the latest and largest case of avian influenza in the U.S., with nearly 4 million egg-laying hens compromised. Government officials are making plans to euthanize the entire flock, since this strain of bird flu is highly contagious and highly lethal to poultry.
This virus is getting into the facilities, and it's very concerning to us because we can't really predict where it may pop up again next.
The USDA says this strain poses little threat to human health and that it's developing a new vaccine. But cases are mounting, with some 6.5 million birds affected at more than 50 sites across multiple states. According to protocol, an infected facility is quarantined and depopulated, a process that can take weeks or longer. Doing this prevents the spread of the virus and ensures it doesn't enter the food supply. But it comes at a huge cost to the producer, despite some federal aid. And not just a loss of product or business. The actual process of disposal itself is expensive.
It can be hundreds of thousands of dollars in an operation like the Iowa facility, the egg layer facility, that's really a big facility. It could very easily run into several to a few $1 million.
Here at Sunrise Farms, the depopulation process will likely include CO2, though officials are still deciding how to dispose of the flock, whether to bury the birds on site or take them elsewhere.
Experts say so far turkey's been hit the hardest, with the nation's supply reduced by 1%. But industry consultant Joe Kearns cautions it's still too early to know how this bout of bird flu will ultimately affect the broader poultry market, and with it, consumer prices.
It's going to be what happens from this point forward, and can we control the disease from spreading during the flyways, both during the migration season going north that we've just recently experienced, and then perhaps more importantly, what happens in the fall when these same birds fly south.
Kearns and others say the biggest risk is if this outbreak spreads to broiler chickens, chickens raised for meat, a roughly 9 billion bird per year market, more than 10 times the size of turkey. If that were to happen, poultry exports, which some countries have already begun restricting, could come under even more pressure. And a significant drop in the bird population could soften demand in the grain market as well.
Now, in addition to Minnesota's 4 more cases yesterday, Iowa Ag Secretary Bill Northey announced another 5 cases of bird flu in his state Monday afternoon, affecting 5.5 million chickens. This raises the Iowa total to 9.5 million chickens and 80,000 turkeys. So far, the official total is 7.8 million birds, but once the new presumptive positive cases in Iowa are confirmed, the number in the U.S. that need to be destroyed will jump to 13.3 million. USDA has so far paid out $60 million in indemnities to farmers. Time is 4:43. Right after the break, we're checking out the full farming forecast. Areas of the valley will be planting corn today in some newly moist soil. We'll be right back.